Not sure what's going on with our system here. All right, let's get back to Manitowoc. There's our Manitowoc sky camera. So anyway, you get the general gist that we've got some clouds and a little bit of sun across the area. And that Manitowoc sky camera, we had a thunderstorm that came through Manitowoc about an hour or so ago. That was a really picturesque shot. All right, so we are going to talk about today's weather. It is a first alert weather day. Our severe weather outlook is in the moderate category, and an upgrade is possible this afternoon, especially if we get any thunderstorms that are severe. We've got heat and storms. I don't think it's going to be quite as hot as yesterday. Yesterday we had a lot of our heat indices away from Lake Michigan getting up into the triple digits. A lot of our heat index values will probably stop just shy in the upper half of the 90s, but it's still hot enough where it can be hazardous to some people's health, especially to kids and senior citizens who are not able to regulate their body temperatures quite the same. So we encourage people to stay hydrated and keep cool. Try to avoid those strenuous outdoor activities. And if you are working outside, give yourself lots of breaks and get some air conditioning every now and then. And along with the heat, we're looking at the possibility of some thunderstorms. And we've got a few across the area right now. They're kind of isolated and widely scattered, but they'll become more numerous this afternoon. And they could have some high winds, some heavy rain, and also some hail. All right, so we've got a heat advisory going into effect for our southern viewers. This is for Marquette, Green Lake, Fond du Lac, and Sheboygan counties. This heat advisory starts at 11 o'clock this morning, and it lasts until 7 o'clock this evening. So right now, we are in the 70s. We're at 73 degrees in Appleton, 72 in Escanaba, Sturgeon Bay, and Manitowoc. Green Bay's temperature is 75. There's that live view from our Green Bay sky cam. Dew point, the measure of moisture in the atmosphere, it is muggy outside. It's at 70. This is tropical-like air, which is helping to boost those heat index values. And with the calm air, it definitely feels very muggy outside. So let's go to First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. The high temperatures this afternoon should work their way into the upper 80s, and a couple spots could flirt with 90. A little cooler in the north woods and along the lakeshore where highs will be in the lower half of the 80s. But it's especially in the valley and across central Wisconsin where you've got the heat and that sky-high humidity. The heat index values this afternoon will be in the upper half of the 90s and could hit 100 degrees in the Fond du Lac area where you've got that heat advisory going into effect. So again, what's causing these nasty heat indices is the humidity is just so high, and this is some very tropical-like air with dew points in the 70s. A lot of times we talk about the humidity, and a lot of it often originates from the Gulf of Mexico, but you know what? A lot of this humidity has actually been coming from the Corn Belt. The corn crop has been sweating, so to speak. It's a process called the evapotranspiration. So basically, the corn is taking in carbon dioxide and is releasing oxygen. And as it's releasing that oxygen, it's also releasing water vapor into the air. And that extra water vapor helps to boost the humidity. So, some of this mugginess that is out there right now is because of the corn crop, especially from Green Bay and southwest down towards southern Wisconsin and Iowa and Illinois and Nebraska, and that's helping to raise those dew points into a very juicy level. So today it's going to be hot and humid. You'll see a high of 89, the heat index again in the upper half of the 90s. You'll have hazy sun mixed with clouds and some scattered thunderstorms. I think they're a little bit more likely in the north woods over the next couple hours, but there'll be a few in the Fox Valley. And then anybody could have some scattered thunderstorms as we go towards this afternoon and into this evening. So there's a look at First Alert Viper Max. And this is, a look at northeast Wisconsin. You can see the widely scattered view of these pop-up showers and storms. We're getting a little bit closer here. We had a pretty healthy storm over top of Manitowoc over the past hour. That downpour is now out over the lake. But inland, there's still some pockets of brief heavy rain approaching Newton and back into Calumet County, especially in the Sherwood area. I see there's a downpour with some lightning in around Neenah and Menasha, and that curves back to the north and west. New London has an isolated thunderstorm. Same thing with the Clintonville area with some weaker showers just to the west of Lake Poygan there, approaching to Saxville area. And then, if we expand our view back to what happened last night, you can see some of the thunderstorms that came on through, especially around and after midnight. And as expected, they were putting down some very strong winds, up around 50, 60 miles an hour. When you got up this morning, you probably saw a little bit of some leaves or branches down, maybe some larger tree branches down in some places, and especially around the Green Bay area and points to the north and west. And that's what caused some of the power outages across the area, that and some of the frequent lightning strikes. Thankfully, though, the number of people who are in the dark this morning has been decreasing. As of last check here, 2,100 are still without power this morning, and most of them in the North Woods. But it looks like there's still some folks in Outagamie County, about 100, who are still lacking power. We've been told that our power crews are out working very hard to get things back up in order, and so it's just a matter of time before we will have everybody back online. All right, so we've got more thunderstorms in the forecast. There's another area of low pressure out towards the Twin Cities. It's along this front that it's snaking its way across the western Great Lakes. And as this front plows into this hot, humid, and unstable air mass, additional thunderstorms will pop up later today and into tonight. All that area of yellow there across eastern Wisconsin, that is a level 2 risk of severe weather on this 1 to 5 severe weather scale. 5's the most serious. Well, this is a level 2. A slight risk of severe thunderstorms this afternoon, or in other words, scattered stuff. Wind gusts could exceed 60 miles an hour. You could have some 1-inch diameter hail and some locally heavy rainfall as well. And you can't rule out in a situation like this an isolated tornado, although that's not the primary concern. I think damaging winds is the biggest worry about some of these showers and thunderstorms. So first alert pinpoint predictors really underdoing those isolated storms in the morning hours, but I do like the sky conditions otherwise. Partly sunny skies. Let's stop it here. About 5 o'clock, you can see the amount of showers and storms increasing. That's because the low pressure system is passing through the area. It's pushing that cold front into northeast Wisconsin. That boundary helps to cause the air to converge and rise and produce more of those thunderstorms. And of course, it's feeding on the peak heating of the day when the atmosphere is most unstable. So scattered strong thunderstorms 7 o'clock this evening, still around 9 o'clock tonight. And make sure you watch Action 2 News tonight at 10. Meteorologist Keith Gibson, who's filling in for Mr. David Ernst, he'll be tracking those storms. They'll be getting ready to exit northeast Wisconsin late in the evening. So after midnight, the storms are probably done. We'll have some lingering clouds and humidity and maybe a couple isolated showers. So your severe weather outlook is in the moderate category for today, and it could go higher than that, as we've just talked about a few minutes ago. And after that, there's some quieter weather ahead. It's a very low risk for Wednesday, and then a low risk of severe weather Thursday night into daybreak Friday. There's a second cold front that's going to move across the region. That'll give us some showers and thunderstorms Thursday night. Some of them can have some downpours, but otherwise they'll be wrapping up early Friday morning. So here's your first alert super 7-day forecast. 89 today, down to 75 on Wednesday. Cooler, but still humid. Lots of clouds. The clouds may break open a little bit for tomorrow evening for the opener for the Shawano County Fair. Mild but humid with temperatures dropping from the 70s down into the 60s thanks to a northeast breeze. And then after those showers and storms wrap up Thursday night and Friday morning, we should have some wonderful weather for Friday night's high school football games. The Operation Football Game of the Week is Notre Dame at De Pere, and really this forecast could apply to any of the games across the area. Looks like we'll have some waning sunshine and then clear skies in the evening. Temperatures will be dropping from the 70s down into the 60s. And that sets the stage for a wonderful Labor Day holiday weekend. Saturday, warm but not humid, a high of 82. And then we drop back into the lower 70s for Sunday into Labor Day Monday, and more mostly sunny weather with high pressure ruling the roost. Now, I'm going to show you here on our First Alert Super 7-day forecast. This is a look at the humidity. So this is today. You can see that deep green color. That's the tropical-like air that's across northeast Wisconsin. Now, the humidity is going to hang around through Thursday and into Friday morning, but you see how the wind switches around to the north and northwest? That is going to bring down the humidity behind that secondary cold front late in the week. And so Saturday and especially Sunday and Monday is going to be a really comfortable stretch here across northeast Wisconsin. So I know that the heat and humidity and the storms, not everybody's favorite, not everybody's cup of tea, but we're all going to get rewarded with some nice weather towards the end of that First Alert Super 7-day forecast. If you have not downloaded our free WBAY First Alert Weather app, I'm inviting you to do so. You can use that QR code and scan that with your camera phone, and that goes right to your device. and it's free. And we are sending out updates to that app multiple times a day. And that includes updates on our hour-by-hour forecast, letting you know when it's going to rain, when it's not going to rain. Also letting you know, where the storms are. You can actually use some of the storm tracking tools that are in the First Alert Weather app. That comes in really handy, especially when there's the possibility of severe weather, which we have later today. So if you haven't used it, give it a whirl, and hopefully you and your family find it to be very, very useful. All right, so we are going to wrap up our live stream because I have to go back on TV. I got to be back on Action 2 News mid-morning starting at 9 o'clock, so that's about 10 minutes from now. So some work to get done between now and then before we go back on the TV side. Stay with WBAY on air and online as we track the heat and the storms. And if we have severe weather, we might have to break into programming at times later today. We'll obviously play that by ear and keep you and your family in the know. Thanks for watching our First Alert live stream and getting the weather forecast. And we'll be doing these weather live streams pretty much on a daily basis moving forward, every Monday through Friday at around 8:30 or just after 8:30. So if this is a convenient time for you to get a forecast discussion from me, you can pretty much set your phone. You put an alarm on your phone at about 8:30. I'll be hopping on here and giving you an update online. All right, thanks. Have a great day, and keep cool and keep hydrated.